Hey. Say hello, Keely.
Hello, Keely.
No. I am Patrick.
And I'm Keely.
And this is kind of, I guess this is a show thing episode. Since it's two of us and it's not just me. It's not story time with Patrick because Keely's here. It's a story time with me and Keely and wine. I don't want any, thank you. And a lot of my stories nowadays, they find themselves wrapped up with this lovely woman because she's my co-pilot. You know, she takes me places as well. And just here recently, we went to Bunbury. And tell them what Bunbury is.
Bunbury is a film festival in Cincinnati, and it was our first time there. It's 3 days long, but we were cheap and we only bought the 1 day ticket.
The 1 day ticket. And that was on Saturday. And who played on Saturday?
Civil Twilight.
Civil Twilight.
And MGMT.
Yeah.
And Cake.
Yeah.
They went to lie and say Muse, but that's just not true.
They weren't there.
They weren't there. But 21 Pilots from Columbus was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the main reason we went. We were actually trying to see Ex-Ambassadors, which played... They were supposed to be playing the first set at this festival, but unfortunately they had car problems.
Alleged car problems.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just didn't want to show up.
Or else their car really broke down, which would be sad.
Yes. In which we would look like jerks for making them feel bad.
But it really sucks, because they said they'd hang out with us after the show.
Yeah.
We would have had rock star connections. Everyone would have been jealous. But it didn't happen.
Everyone would have been jealous.
I've been robbed!
I feel like I... Alright. What are some of your favorite highlights?
I don't know that it's my favorite highlight, but I know that...
Well, we
the
can just
most
list off.
distinct memory that I have is when a crowd surfer came from behind, and Patrick always announces the crowd surfers. He's like, give me some help!
It's a heads
and
up!
all of these little women around us scattered like so many a dust bunny. I thought, I will hold him up and save the day. And I put my hands firmly on the man's buttocks, and down he came. I don't know what happened, but I had the less mentionable part of the crowd surfer hit me directly in the face with my new sunglasses on and take me down by the face and neck onto the ground. I recovered and danced and bounced and enjoyed the concert. During 21 Pilots, which really sucks because they were the one that I really was there to see. And alas, unwanted crotch to the face action.
Crotch to the face is always unwanted, I feel like.
Especially from crowd surfers.
It's never, especially when it's a surprise crotch to the face. It's never pleasant.
Who would have thought that would ever happen to me? Unwanted crotch to the face.
And there's another person that people don't like at concerts, and it's the guy that shows up late and tries to squeeze their way to the front with some excuse. And this one lady was trying to get to the front, and she had like 2 pretzels in her hand, like soft pretzels. And she's like, "Excuse me, I gotta get to the front. My friends over here." And I'm like, "Oh, look, I got pretzels. I got friends. I should be up front." And she
He's
goes,
not giving himself enough credit. His actual announcement was much better than that. It was, "You see, I've got these friends up there.
Yeah.
And I've got these pretzels.
So I should be up front. Because
really
I bought these
rather
pretzels." Yeah.
Also, we had a very, very drunk, small, curvaceous woman assault us in the crowd. She was dancing aggressively.
She was annoying. She was that one member in the concert that you're always like, God, I wish you weren't near me and this concert would be 10 times better. But there was this short little girl who started giving me crap about it. She's a woman, whatever.
Acting like a little girl.
Yeah. And she's like, "Did you say her bracelet? She works here. I would let anyone that works here in front of me." And I'm just like, we all work to get tickets to be here. We all
stood deliriously making games in the concert crowd for hours.
Yeah, we stood there for a while, and then this lady just shows up with her pretzels and thinks that she should be up front.
The best game, though.
She said, if you're not dancing, then I deserve your spot. And I'm just like, shut up. Like, you don't have to be dancing to enjoy the show, and you don't deserve anyone's spot. Like,
the people in front of her actually scampered off because she was dancing on them. And then she started babbling nonsensically. And she said something to the effect of, "You don't have to be a whore to have two men." And I thought, who is this woman? And I turned around and gave Patrick a peck on the cheek. And I don't know if she was talking to me, or she was talking to some imaginary person, or talking to some other woman in the crowd.
that happened.
But yes, it happened. Her response was,
No, that kiss.
oh. Her response was, "Don't be jealous, bitch."
Yeah, don't be jealous. Wow.
At which point Patrick started to find her funny, I think. We played a question game.
Yes.
One of the headlining questions was, if you had to have anyone's face tattooed on your bicep, had to be a face, who would it be?
I don't remember what I said.
I don't either, because my answer was so much better. I said a smiling Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I think, yeah, and then I said, Jesus.
Yeah,
After
so
you
he
did.
tried to rip me off. He was kind of
Because
pissed.
I thought that was cool.
Despite all of these awkward occurrences, we had a fabulous time.
Yeah, it was a great show.
It was, 21 Pilots especially.
He climbed the scaffolding.
The lighting
The
scaffolding.
light, yeah, the whole rig that was holding the lighting in the tent.
Security people were so ticked off.
He climbed all the way to the top of it,
Mid-song.
microphone in hand.
Singing!
It's crazy.
It was wonderful. He began the show trademarkedly appearing in skeleton costume and leaping off the top of his piano.
And breaking it.
Breaking it. But he recovered.
So
That was the theme of
piano.
Bunbury. Recovery. Failure. And then recovery.
And then you recover.
You come to see ex-ambassadors and they don't show up. But you get to see Civil Twilight twice.
They opened for themselves.
They were so good. So good. It's such a strange British? I think they're British.
Yes, they're British.
Sense of humor. Wonderful. If you get the chance to see Twivel
Silite.
Twivel Silite, please do. I'm sure that the actual band is good too.
Yeah. Cake was alright.
They're okay. They weren't playing the best Cake songs. Maybe they're in denial of the best Cake songs because they played them so much.
Yeah, bands do that sometimes.
But they did play Mustache Man, and there was a glorious Mustache Man in the audience that got up on everyone's shoulders.
Yes, like. yeah, he was doing that.
So good. Apparently, Patrick locked arms with this famed Mustache Man at one point.
Because I was falling down. It wasn't very graceful. Something that I also wanted to add to this, since I knew that this story would be kind of shorter than most of our adventure stories, was I wanted to kind of involve you, myself, and some of our friends with kind of a question about a part of our life. God, you are just like Dave. How you just like go off when I'm talking. The question is, what would you say is the most embarrassing moment that you had as a kid in elementary school? Now, I remember mine because it was just awful.
You're asking people to share this?
Yeah.
Asking me to share this?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it was elementary school.
I'm
Like,
gonna lie.
people always are doing embarrassing things as kids. Kids just, they do dumb things to grow and learn.
You are forcing people to have that moment where they think,
I don't think I'm forcing them.
life is good, and then they'll think, now do I have an embarrassing memory?
Yes, we all do. It's part of life. I'll tell
Elementary
mine.
School,
All right.
specifically elementary school.
Yeah, when you're a kid.
I think the most embarrassing things actually happen in high school.
Well, I had a really embarrassing moment in elementary school. When I was a kid at lunch with my friends, I was eating my sandwich. I had half my sandwich, and I accidentally dropped it. I dropped my sandwich, slimy sandwich, fell on the ground. And I just reached down real quick to pick it up. I'm like, you know what? I don't see anything on it. Should be fine. You know, I just gave it a little brush, blew it off. Looked good. 5-second rule, right? And I took a big bite out of it. I started chewing it. And my friends, and I don't know how true this is, but they said, you know, they do the local dog show in this kitchen, and dogs like pee and poop all over the floor, and I don't know how true that is, but at the time I believed them. And I got sick immediately, and I I went to throw up, and I threw up in my brown bag,
Oh, come now.
and I didn't have, and I was on the rest of my lunch, so I didn't have any lunch that day.
Oh, your friends are jerks. I have one. I do. And it is an embarrassing story, and it is also a great friendship story.
Okay.
I had my first crush on the only other tall kid in elementary school. It was literally like a sea of heads. There I was bobbing along.
Just the top of the heads.
Like a boat on the ocean. And then I saw another boat. And I thought,
Ahoy!
ahoy! By default, as the only human visible, you are beautiful. And I fell in love with this boy, and I told my mom elaborate stories about how I was dating him, and we were in the same before school. Our parents go to work too early, breakfast thing together.
Oh, yeah.
And I always told Mom, if you see, let's use aliases as to not embarrass any Facebook people. His name was Doodle Doo.
Doodle Doo.
Yes. Well, I told Mom never to disturb Doodle Doo if she encountered him in this early breakfast school thing, because he would be embarrassed if she brought up our relationship to him, which did not exist and was completely fictitious. It was all inward. All of this great affection towards this other giant was all internalized, and I was happy to keep it that way. But we had this weird system in our lunchroom where it was too small for everybody to fit in there that needed to fit in there. And so while you were eating, I don't know if they called something out, but you were constantly shuffling down and sometimes switching tables and shuffling down. And then when it was time to be gone, you get up and leave.
It seems like such a weird system.
It was extremely weird. It was an old building, and it was a small room.
Oh, they would like move you down the line, so like
to
leave, kind of like.
Yeah, but you
once
go,
you reach the end of the
tables.
end of the last table, it was like
it was over.
lunchtime is up.
So we were on the last table.
That's so funny.
And here they are, and here's shh, Doodle Doo down here.
Busted.
And on the complete other end of the long table from Doodle was Keely with her friends. And I was like,
So catty corner from the
yes.
the tables. Okay.
Oh, emotion. And my friend's like, what is it? You have to tell me. You just have to know what's going on. And we will call this person Notorious D, who was whispering to me. And Evil Arby's, the other girl, was sitting across from me. No foreshadowing or anything. And I finally said, okay.
On Doodle Doo.
Notorious D was like, on who? And I said, and Evil Arby's snatched this up and was like, oh, you don't say, and whispered it to the person next to her, and it was like wildfire. It just went down the table like. Then they called the switch of our line, and we got up, and we were scooting to the end, and as fate would have it, my tray was set down in front of Doodle Doo at the exact moment that word of my amorous intentions reached him. And being a boy in elementary school and having another boy there jabbing him in the mirror. He likes you.
How do you like them apples? That girl over there digs you.
I don't like her. She's ugly and stupid. Front row to the most horrible information of my young life.
Yeah, he just said that because he was embarrassed.
And I'm sinking.
Deflated.
And Notorious D steps in and says, no, she's not ugly and stupid. You are. And grabs my hand and whisks me out of the situation.
Yeah.
That's what true friends do.
Screw lunch.
School. Terrible comebacks, but man, they've got
But
ferocity behind
they
them.
are there.
She was ready.
Yeah.
She had said the worst thing she could think of at the moment.
Screw you,
the last thing
you.
she'd heard. She's a good person.
Good friend.
Good person.
So, I also texted our friends these, and I haven't read any of these yet. Okay, I haven't read any of these text messages, and I got 18 of them. I don't know how that happened. I think one person sent a bunch.
Oh, no, you didn't know. This is not allowed.
Why?
Because
I told them that I'd be doing this. They know that this is happening.
Well, I tried to save you guys from yourselves.
First off is Brandon Green. I don't remember. Jeez, thanks, buddy. That's really helping.
Brandon.
Valuable.
Saving on time.
John Rife. Oh, I don't know. Let me. God, you guys suck. Ashley Cooper.
Oh, I got to rate Ashley's.
All right.
When I ate a brownie and drank chocolate milk at snack time and immediately threw up all over the desk, everyone ewed me. So Cooper. It's a little bit like yours, too.
Well, as a kid, you throw up a lot. What are you doing? You're getting chocolate now? Just don't throw up. That was a good one.
Good job, Cooper. On tonight's show, we are eating endangered species chocolates. These chocolates donate 10% of net profits to organizations that support species conservation.
There's your advertisement.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit. Chocolate.
Devils.
Next one's Emily's. So, do I answer? Oh, God. I knew I should have read these before I even... David Saltfield. Let's count on this guy. Okay. In elementary school, I colored a pumpkin black, and my teacher gave me a U for ugly, while all the other kids got A's, B's, and C's. I went home with it, and my mom came in the next day to give her a piece of her mind.
No doubt.
I was embarrassed, but the teacher apologized and said she was having a bad day. Worst grade I ever got.
How many of us have to have a U for ugly?
That's like a bully.
That
Your teacher's like a bully.
And on the subject of art,
You got a U. And you're a child.
Your grade for your art project is ugly. You suck that much.
Because he colored his pumpkin black.
It's not okay, teacher.
That's really funny, though. It's funny that his mom came in to defend him. Those are good moms. Moms that stand up for your kids against other adults are good moms. Yeah. He's got
Uh-oh.
We got it.
I think I saw the word poop.
Anthony, haha, sounds fun. Did you want interviews or a camera person? Never mind, I gotta grab. He thought that I was trying to ask him.
Why don't you finish their messages?
Because he thought that I was asking him to help film this. He didn't. These people.
Beep.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I prefer not to say. It's embarrassing. And then he continues to say, being it on the hit list in.
Miss that picture.
I can't do it.
My face is very pointy.
I can't help but laugh and smile. It's very calm and cool. I prefer not to say. It's embarrassing. LOL. Being on the hit list in the 6th grade, I was trying to look up a girl's skirt in the 1st grade. It's pretty embarrassing and creepy in retrospect. Accidentally kissing a boy on the cheek.
That doesn't happen by accident. You don't just find yourself kissing a boy on the cheek.
Unless the boy looked like a girl. Pooping my pants.
I did see it!
Pooping my pants on the bus ride home from kindergarten. But I prefer you not to share it. Or at least not my name. I like how he puts that at the end.
You did it! You did.
I can censor it. Well, this person preferred not to have their name read. I've never pooped my pants before. Ever.
You will eventually. If you live long enough.
Everyone poops their pants, I guess. We'll sign off. We'll sign off. We'll give our creepiest smile, and then we'll tell people to join us again. Sound good? Thanks for watching. Go.
You're failing me.
Let's try again. I already know what's in store.
It's too good.
No, okay. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the show. Come back again and watch a different episode.
Okay.
All right, bye.